Fargo Davies leads 1-0 off a goal by Ali Matter. 24:44 to go in the first half of play. And that's all the scoring so far. And immediately, appreciate all your assistance. That one's going to be popped up, and can Ola get there? She does! She makes a jumping grab just as the ball is about to go over the fence. Guillermo, a perfect 4-4. And a slam dunk from Harney. Braden Keene is the guy in the backfield here. Midzo's under center. And man in motion coming to the near side. And he'll look to the corner, and he's got Traber down the end zone for the touchdown. And it's 7-6. Skyhawks are on the board. 41-37, 4:25 to go here. As the Kindred Vikings will work it down low. Another slam dunk and one. How about that? A slam dunk by Gavin Keller, and he got fouled on the two-handed throwdown. 5:07 and counting. In the shotgun, looking to pass near side, going for Jamal Spy, and he got it! A 24-yard touchdown connection from Clemens to Spy. Brings up Kenzie McKinnon and puts your outfielders in left and left center, because that one's going to left field, and that's gone. That is a two-run shot for Kenzie McKinnon. And it's 3-0 Central Cass as the Squirrels will come out to home plate and wait for McKinnon to come across home. That one was gone the moment it hit the bat. Shot from the point, Bree Adams, lowering hard, and it's in! Off the stick of Sydney Kamstrup, and the Cougars are on the board. Dahl will drop back to pass again. This one's over the middle and intercepted by Gunnar Broughton at the 40, at the 30, at the 25-20, and he has a man to beat. Cuts inside, 10-5, touchdown, Gunnar Broughton on the pick six, and the Vikings now lead 35-0. All right, welcome back. We got the microphone issue resolved, and we're as if we never broadcasted. We deleted that little 6-minute video we had up there, and we certainly appreciate you being patient as we get ready for the C-team matchup here from Oak Grove High School. We'll have the C-team game, we'll have the Junior Varsity game, and then we'll also have the varsity game. That one's set for approximately a 7 o'clock first serve, and we'll see if it sticks about 7 o'clock. Both the teams will be in pink. Oak Grove will be in the dark pink, and the Fargo North Spartans will be in the light pink. I'm guessing Fargo North will be on the near side of the screen. As this is one of those unusual occasions where we have a near-far view instead of a front-back view instead of a near-side, far-side view. And that, not necessarily complaining about that. It just takes some getting used to when it comes to doing the commentary and all that good stuff. So, with that said, as you can see in the background there, just on the barely under the edge of your screen, we're about 2 minutes away from the start of this. So we're going to take a quick timeout and come back in about 2 minutes here with the opening serve right here on the ND Sports Channel. The Magnitude Sports Media Network is all about bringing your team home when they are on the road and bringing your team to your friends, fans, and family who are on the road. Does your team have a huge road game coming up on the schedule that your fans aren't able to attend? Do you have family that lives in a different part of the country? Consider sponsoring your team at a rate far cheaper than you would pay with a radio or TV station. Plus, we can actually show you who's watching the game, the age group, and the actual number of viewers. And our operating expenses average about 75.8% less than the operating cost of a radio or TV station, and as a result, our sponsor packages are far cheaper. So, team up with us to bring your team back to your home television when they are on the road playing. Visit our website for more information, msportsnet.com, or call us at 701-373-1843.
Magnitude Sports Media Network is your home for all types of sports programming in a 3-state region. Over 500 previous games are available right now on demand. Since 2017, we've brought you an average of 275 games a year, including junior varsity and varsity matchups across 8 different sports. Now we're on pace for the same amount of games this year. It's a whole lot of sports, and it's all right here, where North Dakota, Minnesota, and South Dakota teams play. This is the Magnitude Sports Media Network.
All right, welcome back. Pre-game show here for the C-Team matchup between the Grovers and the Fargo North Spartans. These two schools separated by about a 5-minute drive, if that. It's always fun to come here, any venue for that matter, to do a Class A versus Class B matchup. And we'll have 3 of them today. We'll have the C, the JV, and then we'll have the varsity a little bit later tonight with that one set for approximately a 7 p.m. first serve. My name is Mike Mason. We don't do C-team games too frequently, so if you're not familiar with what we do or anything like that, you may have saw that promo right before we came down to the break, but you can check out our website at msportsnet.com. All sorts of cool things on there. Every game that we air on the station is available for 24/7 on-demand replay. Those are usually within about 30 or so minutes after the conclusion of the game broadcast. So keep that in mind. If you have friends that can't watch the game live today, then by all means, please share with your friends and all that good stuff. So once again, Fargo North in the light pink jerseys here on the front side of the net, and Oak Grove will be in the black over on the far side of the net. Identifying the players may be a little bit more difficult due to the fact that the pink t-shirts for the cancer event are not the same numbers attached with names on our roster. So we just a heads up on that. Hopefully that's not the case for the varsity game tonight, because we would love to give a good call on that varsity game for our fans watching for both of the teams. So 1-0 Fargo North. Make sure I hit the right button there. There we go, I did. Nice volley here, and it will continue. Tried to place on that outside line there, catching the Spartans off guard, but Spartans quick to react and continuing this in very impressive volley when it comes to the amount of time. And that'll be tipped down in front of the net, pushed over with 2 hands, and it's 2-0 Fargo North. Once again, I don't have any of these jersey numbers matching up with the C-team roster or the junior varsity roster that I have here for Fargo North. So we do apologize for that. Got the rosters when we walked in the door, but nobody informed me that the jersey numbers are not going to be correct. So we do apologize for that. Once again, both C-team and junior varsity are best of 3 sets. So we'll play 2 sets for sure, possibly a 3rd set. That one will sneak in the inside line as it comes into the corner and pulls the Grovers back within 1. And I call a lift there, point for Fargo North. Once again, that it was 1-0, and then that volley before the second point was scored lasted just about as long as the last 4 points that have been scored. Make that 5 points that have been scored. Grovers are within 1 now. They're trailing 4-2 at one point. That one will go into the net. Point for the Spartans, and it's 6-4. That will knot us up at 6. Once again, we do have C-Team sponsorship packages available on our website at msportsnet.com. Right on the top toolbar there. If that's what, menu bar is what I should say. See the word sponsored and get all the opportunities. We have booster opportunities, sponsorship opportunities. The boosters are for families or smaller businesses that may not have a huge budget to provide a sponsorship, and then the sponsorships are available too, and we try and keep those reasonably priced. And the more boosters and sponsors we get, the more C and JV games that we can do here, as we're still tied at 7, as we've got to add the last point for Fargo North. $15, $25, $50. All 3 of those are in most cases cheaper than your Netflix and Hulu accounts. Fargo North will retake the lead 8-7 here, and they'll get the serve. Also on our website, under the games button, you can check out the upcoming schedule. You can check out the final scores of all the previous games that have aired on the Magnitude Sports Media Network, whether it was on the ND Sports Channel, the Minnesota Sports Station, or one of our partnered stations. And under that stations button, you can see all of our partnered stations. And we do want to apologize to Doug Johnson of Oak Grove here, as we had intended to be here on Thursday night for the Oak Grove matchup against the Enderlin Eagles, but unfortunately we weren't able to make that game because we had a last-minute sponsorship come through for a different game, and we learned a lesson. If we just need to be a little bit patient. We didn't hear from them, we didn't hear from them. So we're like, okay, well, I guess they're not going to do this game, so we're going to come into Oak Grove and do that game. And well, as a result, Doug Johnson did not bring his equipment, and that game was unable to be streamed. And so I apologize for that. It was we need to be a little bit more patient, I guess, on our sponsors, and hope that they will communicate in a more timely manner with us, I guess. Not that we're complaining or anything, but just wanted to tell all the Oak Grove fans that that's why we weren't here that day, and that's why the game was not streamed on the Grover Athletic Club channel either, because they expected us to be here. So I sent an email out at 8 o'clock this morning, because we need to add a couple points here, and I apologize. Saying, hey, guess what? Definitely will be here today. The plan is for CJV and varsity, and we kept our word. So 10-10 on that attack out of bounds there for Fargo North from the. So when I say near, that'll be left side. When I say far, that'll be the right side of your screen. Just an FYI. double touch there on the Grovers. Put the Spartans back on top, 11-10. Follow us on Twitter at NDSportsCH1. We're also on Facebook. It's facebook.com/msportsmnet. Now serve will land out of bounds. Point for the Spartans, 12-11 as they'll retake the lead. And a timeout on the floor here. At least I believe it was a timeout. No, I saw that her hands going to T, so I thought it was a timeout. But it's just a rotation slash substitution. (12-11) make it 13-11 there. And another ace. And it's 14-11. Nice diving dig out there by the Librero for Oak Grove. But unfortunately, that attack will go out of bounds, and it's another point for Fargo North, and they lead by 5 now here in the first set. Server just off camera here on the bottom of your screen. Now, there you go. Now she appears. Just barely gets that one over. And those are actually good serves. When I say they barely get it over, that's actually a good serve, because those serves are hard to return for the other team. Should be 16-12, not 17-11. Now it's 17-12. Calling another lift there on Fargo North, or Oak Grove, excuse me, and I'll give the point to Fargo North. That one hit the basketball hoop, which is just above the camera view here. That'll be an ace serve there for Oak Grove. Pulls them within 4, 18-14. That one lands out of bounds, and that puts the Grovers one closer. 18-15. Now over first timeout on the floor here, 22-16. We'll take a short timeout as well. Be right back.
Diamond Academy and Magnitude Sports Media Network are providing a huge opportunity for high school athletes. Player profile videos shine the spotlight on a skill set required for a position in a particular sport. Whether you play softball, track and field, or any other sport, if you're a sophomore or junior, it's time to schedule your video. Most tapings take less than an hour and can save you thousands when a recruiter puts your name in the starting lineup for a college scholarship. For more information, click on Player Profiles at msportsnet.com or call us at 701-373-1843.
All right, welcome back. 22-16 and make it 22-17 here with that point for Oak Grove. C-team matchup, Junior Varsity to follow the varsity matchup. We'll try and double check the Junior Varsity rosters here to make sure that the pink jerseys match up with what's on the roster of the jerseys that they normally wear, because that's the issue right now here in the C-team game if you're just joining us. But hope you're enjoying the broadcast nonetheless. 5-point lead, make it a 4-point lead here for the Spartans as the Grovers get another point. Lands out of bounds. Nice serve, just a little bit too much on that one, and drops for a point for the Spartans, 23-18. Set point here for the Spartans, 24-18. And that will do it for set one. Spartans lead 1-0, and if they take the second set, they'll win the C-team match. We'll be back in a moment here on the ND Sports Channel.
Good sportsmanship. It will carry you further in life than sports. Growing up in North Dakota, I learned to respect my opponents, the coaches, and the officials. The values of fairness and teamwork carried me to the highest level in my sport and allowed me to live my dream of playing football in the NFL. It doesn't matter if you're on the stage, the playing field, or in the stands. We are all better when we show respect for others and practice good sportsmanship. Carry yourself with dignity. Being gracious makes the losses easier and the victories that much sweeter. So when the lights on the playing field, the stage, or the gym floor dim, you'll always have pride in yourself.
The North Dakota Softball All-Stars podcast with Tim Howe keeps you up to date year-round on the sport of softball in the state of North Dakota. Coach and player interviews, who's moving on to play college softball, and that, well, guess what? That simply scratches the surface of this Grand Slam softball podcast. A new episode every week during the softball season and every month during the off season. Listen anytime on demand on the ND Sports Channel, a Magnitude Sports Media Network station.
Magnitude Sports Media Network is your home for all types of sports programming in a 3-state region. Over 500 previous games are available right now on demand. Since 2017, we've brought you an average of 275 games a year, including junior varsity and varsity matchups across 8 different sports. Now we're on pace for the same amount of games this year. It's a whole lot of sports, and it's all right here, where North Dakota, Minnesota, and South Dakota teams play. This is the Magnitude Sports Media Network.
set 2 of the C-team match. Spartans take the first set, 25-18. And they'll flip sides of the court if you're just joining us. Fargo North in the pink jerseys on the upper portion or the far side of the net, and Oak Grove here in the black on the near side. And I actually do have the correct roster here for the C team for Oak Grove. I just have mismatching numbers on the C team roster for Fargo North. So a little bit easier to see the Fargo North numbers when they're on the far side in comparison to how easy it is to see the Oak Grove numbers when they're on the flip side of the net here. But we're heading on to set 2 now, and we're underway. In that first set, it was 1-0 Fargo North, and it took quite some time for a team to score that second point. Not quite as long this time. First point will go to Fargo North, and they're up 1-0 here in set 2. Oops, wrong button. There we go. It should go there and not. Tipped over, Oak Grove had to hustle, and it got over the tape of the net on top there, and it drops for a point for Oak Grove, and it's 1-1. That one drops inside the line. Nice job there by Fargo North to get the point. They're up 2-1 as a result. So one exception, there are 2 jerseys for Oak Grove that are not on the C squad or the junior varsity roster, and I'm not confident enough to say that they play on varsity, so we'll just continue as we have been to be fair to both teams. There, kept that one alive as they raced towards the bench there and got it back over to the Spartans. 4-2. As the volley continues, one touch back over to the Spartans. Spartans will bump it. Oh, they tried to bump it over, but it fell short. 4-3. Grovers are within 1. Now result in an ace. Nice job. And we're tied at 4 as a result. And that will result in an ace and another point for the Spartans. Back-to-back points, 6-4. Nice long volley here. And that one will be a touch violation. Oh, net, okay, it stepped on the line, so line violation, excuse me. Point for Oak Grove as a result. 6-5 the score. That was a nice effort there on that diving dig. Unfortunately, teammates couldn't get it over the net. Just a bad angle there, and that'll give Fargo North the point, and it's 7-5. That one landed in the bench. It hit one of the players sitting on the bench there for Oak Grove. 8-5, Spartans with the lead. And that one will drop down for a point. Calling a double touch there on that one. Oak Grove able to keep that one alive, and now a net violation. Oh no, they're calling a lift. I thought I saw the net shake there, but it will be a lift on Fargo North. 10-8. Oak Grove will get the serve back. Rotate a couple players in. High can serve up and over. And that one may have been out of bounds had she let it go, but as a result, the volley will continue. And Fargo North will have a chance to score a point, and they do. 11-8. Once again, junior varsity game coming up after this one. And then the varsity match a little bit later, right around 7 o'clock or so. Depending on the length of the JV game, it might be closer to 7:15 or 7:30. But we'll find out for sure here momentarily. Grover's sticking around here in this second set. They're down 1 or 2 now as they get one more point at 11-9. Point to Fargo North. They're calling a double touch on Oak Grove. And it's 12-9. Once again, you can check out our website, msportsnet.com. Under the games button, you click on the upcoming schedule. You can see we got a handful of the winter schedule kind of put together right now. All the Fargo Davies boys basketball games are for sure. Those sponsorships have come through and they have solidified those broadcasts. All the other ones are still pending as we are working on it. And you know, if a sponsor comes through for games that we don't have on the schedule right now, that could certainly change that. So once again, that schedule always subject to change, but coming up here to wrap up the spring or the fall sports season, excuse me, a couple seasons ahead of myself. We will have the EDC swim meet November 8th and 9th. November 8th will be the diving preliminaries, and then we'll follow that up bright and early Saturday morning with the rest of the EDC swim meet. So looking forward to doing that. We've done 3 swim meets this year. It's the first year that we've broadcasted swim meets, and we were a little bit nervous on that first one, but the second and third one went by smoothly, and actually the first one went by smoothly as well, as we have a little bit of a delay in the action here. And it turns out we didn't have to be as nervous as we thought we had to be. So we've gotten a few graphics put together, and those broadcasts are becoming a little bit better and a little bit better the more that we do. So if you have any friends, there was a point for Oak Grove. If you have any friends on any of the Class A Eastern Dakota Conference swim teams, then they will be on this not this Friday, Saturday, but the Friday and Saturday of November 8th and 9th. And that's on our upcoming game schedule. That one will be swatted out of bounds, point Oak Grove. It's 12-11. Grovers are within 1 here in set 2 in a best-of-3 C-team volleyball matchup. Once again, these two schools about maybe a 5-minute drive from each other, and there's an ace to tie it up at 12. I want to give a shout out and a thank you to Brent Wolf, the activities director here at Oak Grove Lutheran High School, and allowing us to come out and broadcast the game, and for not giving up on us on that incident with that Enderling game last Thursday. So Fargo North will retake the lead there, 13-12 on that point, and that will give the Spartans a serve. That one, I believe, dropped outside. Yep, Point Oak Grove. Tied at 13 as a result. If we do go to a set 3, that'll be the first one to 15 and or to win by 2. Just over the line and out of bounds. Service error and point Fargo North. They'll retake the 1-point lead at 14-13. That one hits the antenna and ties us up at 14. That one dropped inside the line. Nice push over there from the middle of the net. Spartans retake a 1-point lead, excuse me. Once again, after the make sure I got the point right. They're calling a lift on Fargo North, okay? So Point Oak Grove ties us at 15. Once again, after the C team game comes to a conclusion here, we will go off air for a little bit, get things set for the Junior Varsity game, and then come right back on. The exact same link you're watching this game on right now is the exact same link you can watch the Junior Varsity game on. It's also the exact same link that you can watch the varsity game on, as Fargo North will take a 16-15 lead. YouTube.com/ND Sports Channel/live. Every single game we do will be on that link for a good 10, 11 months yet until we change the link so it can be a little bit more universal for all of the stations on our network. But we thank those in Minnesota for understanding why they have to watch the game on the ND Sports Channel. So it's been fun, actually, getting over into the other side of the Red River, covering some teams over there. Seeing some new teams, new faces, new names, and some new players. Had some really good matchups. One of the first volleyball games we did on the Minnesota side was between Barnesville and Hawley, and that was during the Barnesville invite, and that 3-setter felt like an 8-set match. It was a very exciting match. (18-15) now. Fargo North leads here over Oak Grove. I made a comment in that Barnesville-Hawley game that if all the games are like that, we'll put every single Barnesville-Hawley game on the schedule. Nice kill from the middle of the net there for Fargo North, and they retake a 4-point lead after the game has been tied. And now Oak Grove will take a timeout. They'll talk it over, and we'll let them talk it over and be right back after this here on the ND Sports Channel. North Dakota Softball All-Stars podcast with Tim Howe keeps you up to date year-round on the sport of softball in the state of North Dakota. Coach and player interviews, who's moving on to play college softball, and that, well, guess what? That simply scratches the surface of this Grand Slam softball podcast. A new episode every week during the softball season and every month during the off-season. Listen anytime on demand on the ND Sports Channel, a Magnitude Sports Media Network station. All right, welcome back. 19-15, Fargo North leads here in set 2 of a best-of-3 set C-team match. They took the first set, 25-18. Coming out of the Oak Grove timeout. Point Fargo North. Oak Grove, after trailing by about 4 or 5, came back to tie it at 12-12, and we were tied at 13, tied at 14, 12, tied at 15. And since then, Oak Grove hasn't scored, and Fargo North has been able to reestablish their lead here. So they're up 21-15 now here in the second set. If Fargo North does indeed hang on to this lead and win it, that will put in a completion to the C-team match. And then once again, we'll go offline and get ready for the junior varsity match. And you can watch that JV game right here on the exact same link that you're watching the C-team match on. Now going to the stat book is an ace there for Oak Grove. Or if it doesn't, it should. 22-17. (23-17). And now it's match point here for Fargo North. I want to go into the net, and Fargo North will win it 2-0. 25-18 and 25-17, and that will conclude the C-team match. Preceding has been a presentation of the ND Sports Channel on the Magnitude Sports Media Network. Back in a few minutes with the junior varsity game here on the ND Sports Channel. Thanks for watching.